Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Glad to have you back. I know I do a lot of install videos and whatnot, stupid stuff. You know, I don't know a lot of people around here that does fun stuff no more. But, you know, I try my best to provide some content on my channel. There is some events coming up later, you know, that I'll maybe be able to do some stuff with, but as of right now, the only content that I can come up with is install videos on my vehicles and maybe some other people's vehicles. So what we're going to work on today is two things. We're going to put front brakes on my wife's 2012 Silverado, and we're going to change the oil in the Camaro because it's down to 3% on the oil life. So let's go ahead and let's jack this truck up. Let's get it up in the air and take off the wheel. All right, so we got special lug nuts on here, so we got to use this extension and all right, so what we're going to do is take the bolts, the caliber bolts off. They're a 19 millimeter, as you can tell right here. And we're going to take this off, remove the outer brake pad. We're going to put it back on. And we're going to use two screwdrivers to decompress the pistons in there so we can push them back in. Now, I believe these are the original OEM shoes because the truck's only got 68,000 miles on it. As you can tell, these shoes were getting pretty thin. They were starting to make a like a wear indicator. As you, well, let me show you. As you can see right there, the wear indicator's up against the rotor there. So they were getting, you can use two screwdrivers and compress it all the way back in. So now we take our bolts back out. Set them off to the side. Boy, look how thin that inside one was. Whew. As you can see, the indicator right there was rubbing. It's shiny. There is no marks on the back from anything, so let's see. I don't see no markings on the back of the pad, so I'm assuming these are probably going to be OEM pad. Is what it is. But you want to make sure these are not hardware. We're going to put a little bit on each of these guides. But we're going to add some more to it. Push it back in. Because you really don't want these to freeze up. Alright, so we ran into a problem over here. As you can tell, one of the lug nuts broke off inside the wheel. So you can see it in there. I don't know how I'm going to get that off. According to another lug nut here, there should be enough spline on it there to get this on there. But I've tried to hammer it on there and it's not going on. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. Might have to get a smaller socket and beat it on there and hope it'll come off. That's the only thing I can think of. So let me try to figure this out and I'll be right back. All right, so I got an 18mm socket here that it's kind of a little bit smaller than what the socket is. I'm going to use some heat. I don't know how well this is going to work, but hopefully I can heat it up. Hopefully it'll soften that metal up in there. Of course, the damn bottle's about gone. Alrighty, so after going to AutoZone, O'Reilly's, let me say this, screw AutoZone. I would never go back to them. I've always been loyal to them since I was 14 years old working on cars. Today they just pissed me off. So I will never go back to AutoZone ever again. But I went to O'Reilly's, they didn't have nothing. Went to Advance, they didn't have nothing. I stopped at Harbor Freight to see, because two people told me to go there because they have the sockets. I checked, they didn't have no special sockets to remove lug nuts. I stopped at Tire Discounter. They didn't even want to attempt to try to take this off. And my last resort was come down here to Tire Plus, and they got it in and whatnot, and here it is. They got the stupid lug nut off. I don't know how that broke or what. You know, I'm lost for words on it, but I'm pretty happy that the lug nut's off. So let's get back to the house. Let's get the other side of the brakes fixed. Alrighty, so I already drained the oil out of the Camaro there, and got the filter off and whatnot. I'm starting to refill the oil now. What I use, let me show you. I use Valvoline 530, the full synthetic. A lot of people are going to argue. I want to have everybody's different opinion. That's the thing about America. You can have that. I've always used Valvoline in all my vehicles. I'm not going to change. I've never had a problem out of Valvoline, and that's just going to be it. You know, it's my vehicle. I pay for it. I don't need everybody's input on why I should run Mobil 1 full synthetic, my car, you know. So I run it in this car, I run it in my wife's truck, I run it in my pickup truck. Any car that I get to resell or keep or whatever, Valvoline's going to go in the car. Just that simple. So, but right now I'm letting the oil drain down because I just started the car. It'll get a heat cycle through it, let it run through the engine. I did fill up the oil filter before I put it back on the car. So I'm letting all that circulate through. I'm letting it settle. I'm gonna recheck it, add some more if I need to. If not, we'll shut the hood, we'll push the car off to the side, and we'll be done with this video. So let's go ahead and just check the oil and see where it sits. Now I did go to AutoZone. I did buy the, what they had on sale at the time was the Valvoline, so it worked out great for me. I got 2 5-quarts of oil and 2 oil filters because it was $26, I believe it was, for a 5-quart and a filter. So I doubled up on it. Really don't have much of a choice when these cars hold 8 quarts of oil. So you're better off just buying 5 quarts jugs, and you got 2 quarts left over. So next time I change it, I'll just have to buy one of those and 1 quart of oil, and I'll have another oil change in the car. So the oil is full and whatnot. So we're gonna go ahead and put the cap back on it, push the car back over, and I'll tell you what happened with the lug nut on the truck. Alrighty, so I got the brakes put on the front of the truck. I got the oil changed in the Camaro. Like I said, I had to go down to Tires Plus to have them remove this lug nut. I was thinking, I'm not the last one that put these wheels on the front of this truck. Few videos back when I made my trip down to Florida to help out L to the W right here. You know, I'm repping the hoodie today because it was kind of cool. There was a tire shop down there. I stopped to have the front wheels realigned or rebalanced, I'm sorry, because on the way down it had a little bit of a shake to it. And they're the ones that took the wheels off of this, so they're the ones that put the lug nut on awful tight. And which it cost me. I'm glad that this tire store here in town managed to get this off without damaging the wheel on the truck. You know, it's one of those lessons I learned. But here's the lug nut that they took off of the truck. As you can tell, it's all damaged, and let it focus there. But it looks like the grooves on it, I don't know if you can tell in the video right here, but they look like they stuck on a socket that when you go in reverse, it bites into the bolt, the socket, the nut, or whatever, you know, you're taking off with that type of socket. It broke off just a tad bit over half, or maybe it might be half of the socket there, or the lug nut. But it cost me $23.31 to have the guy take that off within 5 minutes of doing it. Shouldn't have had it done that from the get-go if the guy down there at the Goodyear in Florida didn't ramp it up on their damn thing and cracked the lug nut. But it is what it is. You know, $23 is better than buying another wheel for me damaging it. I'm gonna have to invest into some of them special sockets to remove lug nuts. But that's going to do it for today's video. I appreciate y'all watching. Hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, comment below if y'all had any ideas of how to get these off. I did try a 12-point socket, one that was just a tad bit smaller, and smack it on the lug nut. It wouldn't come off. It acted like it was going to take it off, then it just kind of rounded off. So it required a special lug nut. Like you seen in the video, I tried to put some heat on it. I think these are like aluminum type sockets, so I was going to try to heat it up, then smack on a socket and try to loosen it, try to expand the metal on it. But obviously it didn't work. So comment below, tell me how y'all would have went about trying to get this one off. And we'll catch you on the next video.